Tina and Craig Gillespie from Adelaide, Australia. Hello.
Hi, Larry.
How you doing? Hey, Larry.
How's it going?
Long time no see.
Very well.
I know. Look at us. I feel like I'm like trying to figure out how to get in this frame here. So, Tina, since we last spoke, you started a new job.
I did. I work for Parkinson's Australia now. So it's just been wonderful and all go since the World Parkinson's Congress in Barcelona.
That's amazing. And you love it, right?
I do. I love trying to bring awareness to the cause, dispelling those myths and letting people know that they can live well with Parkinson's despite Parkinson's.
That's great. That's great. And then Rebecca says hello.
Oh, hi, Rebecca.
And Craig, what have you been up to? I mean, just shaking.
Yeah, just shaking around the place, Larry, but keeping busy as well and keeping well with Parkinson's. Recently, I've been with Tina and Olivia from Parkinson's Australia and our beautiful daughter Delilah lobbying for people with Parkinson's in our nation's capital of Canberra.
I saw that. It was amazing.
Politicians, and telling them about what it's like to live with Parkinson's in the family. Yesterday, I was interviewed as part of a promotion for the Body and Brain Fitness Studio, which is a great facility that I go to, which helps me with my Parkinson's symptoms. And I also did another interview for Parkrun and to tell them about for their newsletter, to tell them about to raise awareness about Parkinson's in the amongst the parkrun community, which is global, as you well know.
Yeah. So a lot of people go, "Hey, how come they always use you?" Like when they're talking to me, how come they're using you? So how do people get involved?
Well, the best thing you can do to get involved with what in particular, Larry? I mean, you can get
involved with advocacy and being a spokesperson and being you. If there's a lot of people out there that I wish I was Craig Gillespie.
Having a wife that puts his hand up for everything, I think.
Yeah, that certainly helps. Yeah, I get sort of thrust forward from time to time. But look, I've been involved in advocacy and spreading the word and raising awareness since pretty much straight after my diagnosis, because I made a decision early on to be out and proud with Parkinson's, because it was clear to me that the more people were aware of what it's like to live with Parkinson's and how prevalent it is out there in society, the better the outcomes are for those of us who have this affliction and for the community in general, because we've still got a lot to give, as you know.
Oh yeah, we do. And I think you might have been volunteered to sing a song later, or play a song.
Get your guitar out, Craig, after music hour.
Maybe I've got some instruments but you're putting me on the spot here.
I know, we saw them. We were interested. I was like, hey, look, Craig's got a guitar.
I've got some instruments right now in the background. Maybe we can do something later on. I'll have a think about it.
Have a think about it. Tina and I here are going to talk. You think. Tina, what's the breaking news today?
Oh, the breaking news is that we've had our ambassador, the legendary Alan Border of Cricket Australia fame, team captain, launch a video advocating for more Parkinson's support in Australia through Parkinson's Australia with our CEO, Olivia Nassaris. So that's been really exciting. And we've ended up with a whole bunch of radio and TV interviews along with live streaming with you now and a little bit later, where we'll head to Adelaide Oval where they play cricket. And they're supporting us with the Spark the Night cause, lighting up in blue.
That's great. Now, Tina, you were a huge help to light up Australia in blue. So thank you for the dozens and dozens of sites that you were able to secure. It's amazing. People are like, "How'd you do it?" I'm like, "I didn't. Everybody else was."
Yeah,
There's so many
we've
people that are
actually
making it
got
happen.
because we want pictures from across Australia. So I reached out to our young onset national working group, and one of them has their crime scene photographer maybe going out to take some pictures of the ACT sites.
Yeah, we just have to. We'll wash out the blood in the corners and stuff, and
Yes, yeah. I think
clear the
they'll be
DNA that thing.
yeah, good at framing certain things. Landscapes are good at like crime scenes, I hope.
That's great. That's perfect. Well, while we're talking about cricket and all things cricket, I hear your son Fred's a huge cricket fan. Is that true?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. And he's
No.
been
Will he be on the field tomorrow?
at his birthday, so he's just been showered with cricket gifts from dad.
Oh, wow.
So
I don't understand cricket. Can you explain it to me in like 30 seconds?
No.
Okay.
yeah, you can
I
bend your arm when you
I know.
hit the ball, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy sport.
there's
But it's
there's a lot to it. It's a little more complex than the North Americans are used to.
It has a whole language associated with it, and it's far too outlandish to explain, and just random and abstract to explain in that amount of time, I'm afraid, Larry.
I think Jimmy Rees, Jimmy Rees would have a good little short on explaining the game of cricket. He's
Okay.
an Australian comedian here, so he's well worth the watch. Now, Larry, I think Olivia's trying to join us. I don't know.
Okay, before she joins us, let's go to the video that you released today. Then we'll bring her back with it.
Great. Thank you.
Anytime.
Oh no, we'll bring Olivia on.
No, we're going to bring Olivia on first, and then we're going to go to the tape. Hello, Olivia. Maybe. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. 4 of us.
What kind of? There's 3 of us and a black screen.
And dark.
Olivia, do you have a?
Olivia is muted. Yeah.
She's muted and she's dark. Is it already nighttime there?
It
Oh, yeah.
2 in the afternoon ish.
So you guys didn't get in the total eclipse yesterday, did you?
No, ours is in 2028, I think.
Yeah, we didn't get it either because in Vancouver it was just cloudy. We were supposed to get 20%. But can we, Aaron? Can we just play that video and then come back with Olivia?
I think we have her. No, we don't. 1 second. One more question, Larry, before we play the video.
Yeah, but one more. I'll ask one more question. So tell me, Tina, what's your favorite part of your new job?
I've been doing a lot of social media and website work, so it's updating the content that we have on the Parkinson's Australia website to make it much more empowering. It's not just about all the challenges you might face, it's about the solutions to those challenges, and really having the voices of people living with Parkinson's input into that. So it's really exciting. We've got
so
lots of
important.
peak bodies reviewing our resources as well. So it's a really stringent and I think valuable process we're going to bring the best information to the Parkinson's community here.
Yeah, I mean it's a great opportunity for you and for everybody involved because of your commitment and your passion and your connection. But Craig, tell me, is it too much Parkinson's?
I've got to say, sometimes I wish there was something else that I could.
You guys, I mean,
Of course, there is sometimes it becomes all consuming, but it is enormously empowering to have somebody like Tina by my side. As you well know, Larry. You have great support and love from your partner, and it's something that it keeps me going day in, day out. That's for sure, and it sets a standard for me to try to aspire to as well.
Tina, was that a tear that you were wiping away?
No tears. I know I'm
No
good.
tears? All right, you're good for the video, so let's watch the video now. This is the breaking news from today, and then hopefully we can bring Olivia on.
Hi, I'm Olivia Nassaris. I'm CEO of Parkinson's Australia, and I'm here with my friend on board.
Olivia, how are you doing?
Good.
That's good.
We're here to bring a message to the Prime Minister and the Health Minister about people living with Parkinson's in Australia.
Good work. A lot of people know the disease, but they don't know the impact it has.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about, 150,000 people in Australia are directly have the disease. It does present in different ways.
Yeah.
I remember when I was telling myself that I was suffering, my first image was Muhammad Ali lighting an Olympic torch. I just thought it was, people had, suffer from a tremor. There's 150,000 people with it now, and there's probably 100,000 different ways of it presenting.
There's 19,500 new cases every year.
Why about honestly?
It has a very high impact on this country and getting worse.
Yeah. So there's one Aussie who is diagnosed every 27 minutes.
Every 27 minutes, and that's probably getting worse too,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So the gender balance is kind of even.
Well, it just shows you it doesn't discriminate.
No.
I mean, I consider myself pretty fit, healthy. I did get hit the head a few times when I was playing cricket. I'm not sure. But out of my family, I'm the only one that I know of that has actually been diagnosed with Parkinson's. The message is that it is a disease that affects a lot of Australians and getting worse, and we need to do something a little bit more about it.
Yeah. So the cost to the economy and our health system is actually quite astounding. It's about $10 billion per year. So it's a disease that has a huge impact on the economy of Australia and the health system in Australia as well.
It probably impacts well over 1 million people. If you think about the 150,000 people who are actually diagnosed and growing, and then you've got, I've got my wife, I've got my kids, I've got 4 kids. So
Yep.
there's 5 straight away.
Yep. So colleagues.
Colleagues I've played with. Yeah, the emotional impact, it's over 1 million people, and we've got to do something about it. We really do. Obviously, it's not all just about money, but that does help.
Our pre-budget submission speaks to 3 areas. One of them is a lived experience project, so we can really look at where people are with Parkinson's in regional, rural, remote areas, Aboriginal communities, cold communities, and understand what the impact is on them and their families.
There's over 13,000 people that have developed Parkinson's that are of working age. Now if I wanted to keep working in the area that I was working in, which was TV, I can't.
Yeah.
Right, so it just doesn't work because it's quite obvious that I'll get nervous and that some of the symptoms come through. Like, what's wrong with AB? So I can't really work anymore, and there's 13,000 people in a similar boat.
There's a very different set of experiences for people with young onset Parkinson's. A lot of them are getting into relationships, starting families, paying off mortgages, still want to travel and things like that. So they're confronted with a whole new set of issues as opposed to people who are later in life.
Well, exactly right. I mean, later in life, it's probably easier to cope because, you're pretty well set.
Yeah.
You may have paid your mortgage off by then, I don't know. Depends where you live. You can't, it's hard to hold down a job. It's hard to pay your mortgage. It's hard to find, the people to look after you, to put you through the
the exercise routines that you've got to go to sort of keep yourself, in working order.
Yeah.
So, look, there's a lot to this disease, and look, we just need just a little bit of help.
Yeah. So a national awareness campaign will ensure that people living with Parkinson's, friends, family, community members, allied health professionals understand all of the different symptoms of Parkinson's. We call it an iceberg disease where, you can see the tip of the iceberg above, which is those things that people think are just like physical, but then underneath the iceberg, there's a whole lot of symptoms that people don't know about. And I think that people need to know about those symptoms and how people manage them from day to day so that they can be more aware and more sympathetic of people living with Parkinson's. Parkinson's is the second largest neurological condition in the world, but one of the least understood.
Oh, most definitely. We just need a little bit more.
Support Parkinson's Australia. Thanks, AB.
Pleasure.
Congratulations to all the folks at to Parkinson's Australia. Let's bring on Olivia and Tina and Craig. And Craig got his guitar. Olivia, let me just say right off the bat, congratulations. What a huge cue.
Thank you. And a shout out to our good friend AB for helping us with that. And also Tina's and my teammate Ben for his videography and his editing, which is just amazing. A campaign, really simple campaign, really organic, and has just shown, how important it is for people to speak out about Parkinson's.
And I hear you're getting quite the response tonight or this afternoon.
I have been very busy, so I was a little bit late for this as well, but back-to-back interviews on radio and TV. I'm just super happy that the Parkinson's community is getting the coverage that it deserves, especially on World Parkinson's Day.
That's amazing. Now, AB, when was he diagnosed and when did it become public?
He was diagnosed in 2016, so he's been living for some years with Parkinson's. But, he's out on the golf course today, avoiding journalists probably.
Great.
But he came out with his Parkinson's last June. So he was living with Parkinson's for a long time without people knowing.
Yeah, I thought he was a late bloomer that way, as many people are. They try to hide it for as long as they can, and then it's no longer hidden. And they're like, all right, guess what? So this is even a bigger coming out party for him. It's probably his first public World Parkinson's Day, and he's doing it with you. So that's great.
Yeah.
So Olivia, this is a new job for you too. You and Tina both got new jobs this past year, right?
Yes, but I ran Parkinson's state-based organisations for 9 years. So
You're not new to Parkinson's.
Parkinson's South Australia, ACT and NT. And I was my yaya's end-of-life carer as well, and she lived with Parkinson's.
When was that?
Oh, that was in my 20s, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, and the gentleman would never ask either.
I will never ask.
No, but you know what? It was a really beautiful time. My mum and siblings all had young children, and so they were busy with sports and school and, their jobs and paying mortgages. And I was a 20-year-old, just with a kind of casual job, and I could afford to spend more time with her, and I loved it. And when she passed, I was actually just happy that I got to spend all of that time with her. I prepared her for her funeral myself, did her hair, got her dressed. And so, it was a really beautiful experience. And so, that lived experience stays with me in everything that I do every day in my job.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest lesson you learned from her?
Humility. She had this amazing ability to attract people. So if there was a baby crying in a supermarket, she wouldn't, scoff and look at the mother like she was doing a bad job. She would go up and just say, in her little broken English, like, "May I?" And then she was like some kind of, child baby whisperer, and would take the child and, like soothe it and stuff. She just had so like exuded kindness.
Right. That's great. That's great. Tina, what did you convince Craig to play for us?
I'm not sure. I told him to grab his guitar while the video was playing, so I think he's
got it.
time to-
Craig, what's on tap?
He's been working on a few things lately. Some Credence, Neil Young. What do you reckon?
Well, I'm a little off at the moment, Larry. And as you know, you can get a bit nervous when you're on the spot with Parkinson's. But and
I'm just your mate, man. I'm just your mate. Don't need to be nervous.
But look, for some context, I love music, although I've never really been very good at playing it. It's just something that I really enjoy, and it's one of those things that takes me away and lets me forget about Parkinson's for a while, and it's something that, interestingly, although I'll probably prove myself wrong now, I find if I try to pretend I've got a guitar in my hand and I motion, I can't even sort of make that motion, what it looks like to play a guitar. But when I've got a pick in my hand and I've got the guitar around my neck, I seem to be able to make a sound. And like I said, it's not great, but while I still enjoy it and while I can still do it, I'm going to hang on to it for as long as I can.
Yeah, we can start a band. I don't know how to play either, but I love to.
Tina and I can sing.
Yeah.
We can't really, but here you go.
Tambourine Girl.
But I thought maybe I could play a few strains of for you, Larry, something that's written by a famous Canadian.
Okay. What do you got here? I'm ready for you.
Okay. We'll see how this goes. Ready? See if you recognize it. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Oh man, look at my life. Why did you rock with so much more? Live alone in a paradise. Where you take us to the of my heart start to cause everything that don't get lost. Like a corner in the morning, anyway. What's up, babe? Oh man, take a look at my life and not like this. I'm someone who loves me, oh, stay true. I thought I need myself. You can tell that's true.
Yeah, everybody. That was great. What a great song. I should have done last hour with the songs. That was terrific. Olivia, last hour we played all the songs that people have written, not all of them, but enough songs that we filled the hour. The songs that people had written about Parkinson's.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's fun. It's fun. Okay, I'm going to go around the room, and you're each going to tell me if somebody's newly diagnosed, what advice would you give them?
How? Who do you want to start with, Larry?
You.
Me. when Craig was newly diagnosed as a care partner, my biggest help was going to support organizations even before a diagnosis was confirmed. I needed to know what supports were out there, should we need to access them. And, the Parkinson's community is just amazing everywhere you go, any organization. We're all in this together, and it's a steep learning curve, but getting those supports really helps you get ahead of the curve so that you can maintain your wellness, and as a care partner, so you can maintain your expectations as you learn more about Parkinson's and what it's doing to your partner.
That's great. Thanks, Tina. All right, Olivia.
I would recommend people to, sit with the information for a while, and because I'm, seeing that there's disease-related depression, but there's also the depression that comes with being told that you've got a neurological degenerative condition with no cure, right? And then after that, I think I'm probably going to steal Craig's words because it's something, that I've heard him say, but which is, after you learn about your diagnosis, you take ownership of it from that stage. And then, you can exercise, you can improve nutrition, you can improve hydration. So you can actively be involved in trying to hold symptoms back, trying to improve symptoms, and doing everything you can to improve your body's strength, to prevent falls, and, to live strong for long.
It's great. Thank you. And Craig, what advice would you give somebody newly diagnosed?
Well, it's going to come, as you would expect, directly from my own experience, and that is that if you've been newly diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, you've probably been wondering what on earth is wrong with you for quite some time. And you've probably been struggling with quite a few things, including the fear and anxiety about your health and what could it be that's affecting you, and you probably struggled to find something that can help with your symptoms and the way you've been feeling. And so my advice would be at that point is that tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. You've got to live with Parkinson's disease at this stage anyway, for that whole time, but you can live well with it. So do whatever you can to engage with the services that are available to you. Make the most of them. Take control of it, as Olivia said, and don't let it control you. And enjoy and continue to enjoy what you can and what you do enjoy about your life as it is. And plan for the future. Do things, put things into place, and make the most of your life, because this, after all, is what everybody should be doing with the time that they have. Live for today, plan for the future, and make the most of your life and the time that you have, and what you have around you, your family, your friends, all those people are going to support you, and just to be mindful of that, and enjoy what you have.
That's great, Craig. Thank you so much. I was asked that question this morning. I was on a call with the folks from AbbVie, and I said that people need to, number one, they need to find their people. There's a community of people out there, and you need to find them, because they're there waiting for you to walk through the door and go and embrace you and support you, and you in kind. And then I said, you need to build a team. So build your care team, and you need to, what was the other thing I said? It was really good. I swear. This is my part moment here, Craig. So it was really good. lesson for me to just think about what do I want to know when I'm newly diagnosed, and because so often we forget what it's like in those initial stages when you're told and you're like jaws on the floor and you're like, so what? uh, so yeah, I think the other thing I said was I don't remember, but I'll get back to you. I'm going to talk to you later. But it'll come to me. But I want to thank you all in this ceremonious way that I have of joining us on Spark the Night 24 hours live stream, because it's this is the first time we're doing it, and it probably won't be the last. So
We're taking our children out way past their bedtime tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The lights. Appreciate that. And hopefully it gets people talking, gets the community talking. That's the whole idea.
It's
I think what I told people is
Going here in Australia, Larry, we've got lots of momentum. So
that's great. Well, the thing I told people is, when you're ready, share your story.
Yeah,
because that's what's going to change things. People with Parkinson's sharing their stories.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we try to do here at PD Avengers, and sign up for PD Avengers at pdavengers.com. Yeah, Craig?
I'll tell you another thing, Larry, that you've probably said many times yourself as well, is that it can be confronting to do so. But I think another really important thing is to get to know other people with Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
Socialize with them if you can, and learn their story, and because you're going to learn from their experience. And as I said, it can be confronting at first to meet other people, especially those who have progressed a bit further than you have, and you wonder, that is one of the biggest fears, is what's it going to be like for me as time goes by. But invariably, I have found that people are resilient and they find a way to deal with the challenges that they have. And there's a great camaraderie amongst people with Parkinson's and the Parkinson's community more generally. And that's been a huge benefit to me. And so I'd advise people to do that too.
I'd also advise people to find a good podcast.
Yeah.
That was what I got onto after newly diagnosed. It was your podcast, Larry. And that young onset journey and Rebecca's grace and humility and your candidness that really helped me, and eventually Craig when he was ready to listen with our journey as well.
You gave him the grace and the time to get there. That's good. A lot of people use it to have spark conversations with their family. Oh, this happened. This is what I'm talking about. So there's 100 and some episodes there, including our very final one that we just posted last week. But we had a great time doing that. And so we appreciate the fans and the people that listen, because without you, we were just talking into a closet.
Yeah, I was that weird fangirl at the World Parkinson's Congress, and now
you were. That was funny. She walked into that carer's room, and then she came out and she said, "I'm not going to anything else. I'm just staying in there." and so we're holding the first conference here in Australia in 10 years next year, April.
Well, that's great.
Yep. And Tina will be mimicking that carer's space
Yes.
at our conference, so that, like her, she feels, like a big warm hug was wrapped around her when she walked into that room.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, good luck with that. That sounds exciting. And we'll check in with you later on live from the Adelaide Oval.
That's right. We'll see you then, Larry. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Look forward to it, Larry.
All right, so there we go. That's live from Australia. That doesn't happen every night, but it happened tonight because you're watching this. You can email me your comments at larry@pdavengers.com and Larry@pdavengers.com. And coming up next, I have no idea, but we're going to go to something right now. Go.
We're going to Uganda.
We're off to Uganda.
Great.